Hello everybody, CPU nerd / carnage here. Welcome back to my channel. Can you guys believe it? The final video. If I told you that I spent a good 10 plus hours playtesting with these teams, would you believe me? Feel free to tell me that I have major skill issues in the comments below. As hinted at in the end of the Golgorts video, this video focuses on another raid character that happens to be pretty terrible at soloing horde mode. So terrible that even at Diamond 3 I could not get past Battle 3 because the poor bastard just kept getting tickled to death. Oh, if it wasn't obvious, I'm talking about Dante, whom I personally love and use in my raid team, but well, I repeat what I said before. Now before we get into things, a quick reminder that if you find this content useful, entertaining, mildly enraging, etc., please consider subscribing and watching the full video, since that's the only thing keeping the black rage at bay. Also, consider using my refer a friend code in the game as it really helps me out. Blood for the blood god and all that jazz. I'm going to be honest with you. I was prepared to report back how poorly Dante does on his own, but I don't think it's surprising to anybody. He's amazing in raids, and he's great in arena with Ragnar, but horde mode solo just ain't his thing, and that's okay. He needs some company, and that's where I looked at someone else's suggestion, which was to use Mephiston with Dante. To be honest, Mephiston pretty much stole the show. I threw in a silver one bozo in each fight because I had to, but it was mainly fun to just plant Chark on some barbed wire and watch him die. Now, these two are both raid characters, which is the only reason I'm showing them at Diamond 3 instead of Gold 1 or Diamond 1. So let's take a quick look at our vampires. Dante is legendary 3 stars Diamond 3 with a 38 active and 50 passive. He's wearing level equipment, modulo a level 1 booster. His active isn't worth mentioning. His passive provides some serious buffs for Mephiston's passive and Mephiston's normal melee attack. Speaking of Mephistopheles, he's also at legendary 3 stars Diamond 3 with a 38 active and 50 passive, and also using level 11 equipment with a level 1 booster. His active allows Mephiston to move anywhere within movement range 2, and if a friendly unit is there, swap with him. Mephiston then performs a normal melee attack, dealing 120% cap damage, and if the person he swapped with is a Blood Angel, that Blood Angel also performs a normal melee attack if possible, dealing 120% cap damage. Mephiston's passive is where it's at, though. After either moving or ending his turn, he deals psychic damage to an enemy and another enemy adjacent to it. Thanks to his rework, Mephiston's passive is also buffed by Dante, so it just annihilates units like there's no tomorrow. Now, you could bring his passive all the way up to 50, but the reality is, as my colleague Takemi pointed out, Mephiston's damage is about 10% ability and 90% buffs. In raids, most of his buff comes either from Trajann or from Dante. So you could probably leave his passive much lower, like somewhere between 38 and 44, and for the battles that we fought, still get just as much use. So this one last time, let us now answer our call to arms. I chose to start on Battle 4. You can basically AFK this fight. The Blood Angels take virtually no damage from these enemies, and Mephiston zips around the battlefield, offing 3 or 4 baddies per turn. Battle 5 isn't really any different. I think there are 3 pieces of advice I can give here and from this point forward. 1. Bring Chark and watch him die for entertainment. 2. Stay off of fire hexes and prioritize the rubric marines when possible. And 3. Try to keep Dante and Mephiston adjacent. What you're hoping for here is that Dante can clear a path for Mephiston so his passive wipes 2 enemies, then his ranged attack can wipe another 2. If you can't get out a ranged attack, his melee is still nice, but it only kills 1 enemy instead of 2. Battle 6 sees the introduction of Thousand Suns Terminators. This battle has so many screamers it's not even funny. I think just keep doing what you did last time, prioritizing Mephiston adjacent to 3 or more enemies so he can keep killing multiple baddies every round. The enemies here are also still pretty weak, so while your guys will get whittled down, it won't be that bad. You can mostly stay in the middle, and if necessary, send Dante up to the high ground to deal with those snipey horrors. For Battle 7, I chose to stay close to the spawn points. It meant taking damage every wave, which is inevitable with only 2 characters, by the way, but it also meant having high ground or equal ground basically always, and the enemy mostly engaging in melee attacks, which is great because both of our heroes have the terrifying trait. At the end of the battle, Dante died, but if you play smarter, it won't be an issue. My luck ran out on Battle 8, primarily because the enemy started dealing enough damage that it was too difficult to keep Dante and Meph safe. I'm going to be honest, I only played this level once. I think there's a chance that I can beat it if I try it harderest, but 8 seems like a safe stopping point. For what it's worth, Dante is actually really useful in legendary events, just not solo. I actually made it past Alpha 10 with a D1 Dante and G1 helpers in the form of Bellator, Ravos, Vindicta, and one more, I don't remember. Well, everybody, this is the end. After watching this series of videos, are you tempted to change your goals? Maybe drop some losers and build Mephiston or boss? To be honest, after Mephiston's performance in this track and in my limited testing of him in the Psyker restriction, I'm chomping at the bit to get him ranked up, and I think I'm going to aim for D3 instead of D1. Okay, thank you everybody for listening to this and sticking with me through these videos. I hope you found them useful. I think that I found my niche, and I'm going to try to continue doing this for each upcoming legendary event, and I'm going to try to get the videos out a little faster next time, probably as soon as the patch notes drop and we can start releasing videos. So with that, thank you again very much for watching, and see you in the next legendary event.